Hey everyone, and welcome to Pals Chat. I am your host, Gina Parker. I am here with my co-host, Sadie Teel.
What's up? It's
All right.
I'm just gonna let that one land. How's
Uh,
it going?
it's going. All right, Sadie, what have you been consuming this week?
Okay, let's see. I just watched, you know what? We just watched Pulp Fiction because
Oh,
we
nice.
wanted to I know, I have memories of that movie, but I watched it in high school and I don't think, I was an appreciator of film in the same way as I am now. So we rewatched it, and yeah, it holds up. It's solid, great performances, incredible directing, all stuff that we all know. But that was a fun watch. How about you?
Gosh, I don't remember. Have I been listening, watching, doing anything? I don't know.
Oh,
Um,
I just started a book.
oh yeah.
A book. It's called what is it called? Shards of Earth. It's a science fiction book. I basically asked a lady at a bookstore, I haven't read anything in a long time, and I want to feel compelled. Like it's a page turner book that sucks me in. So she recommended this one for me. But man, if you fall out of practice reading, it takes a little bit to get back to it. Like I had to I like opened it, got through the first two pages, and had to be like, okay, wait, nothing hit inside of my brain, and I have to go back and start over. But now I'm back to the space I used to be when I read, which is why I loved reading, where I'm like casting it with actors I like, fully imagining. I was like, oh yeah, I have to just like completely imagine it, otherwise my brain just floats away while I'm reading.
Yeah, I do that a lot when I'm reading too. Like, if I were to adapt this into a movie,
Uh,
how would it look?
And I have a character that I want to play. That is always, do you ever insert yourself? You're like, that would be the me in this universe.
No, I don't think I'm capable.
No. Yeah. This one, yeah, Solace, that is the role I was born to play. And if it ever becomes a movie, I swear I'll do anything.
I watched the first episode, Bad Monkey, which is on Apple TV, which is like a noir mystery thing. I've only watched the first episode. There's more episodes, but that is something I've watched recently.
Is it good?
It's good so far. I was always
Nice.
into that Veronica Mars type stuff, so I am open for another noir mystery.
Yeah, those are always good. I don't think I'm always like intrigued. It's satisfying to watch a noir. It's not like my favorite genre, but I'm not turning it off if it's on TV, you know?
hmm if you're looking for books, Paul Shear's book, The Joyful Recollections of Trauma, was
Okay.
a great one. A very easy read.
Awesome. And I love audiobooks, and I do a lot of autobiographies with audiobooks, and then it's like they're like reading it to me. I'm gonna get that one. That's the only benefit of having like the shitty data entry boring job is I get to have earbuds, and so I've like listened to Bob Odenkirk's and Molly Shannon's, and like autobiographies are one of my favorite things.
Oh, I love them too. It's like basically there's the narrative which they're telling, but the way they're telling it is like this other narrative going on where
Yes.
like how they feel about, how they talk about themselves, how they talk about things that happened where, out of
Yes.
when you like step back from it, you're like, oh, you're giving yourself a real pass there, or you're actually being very accountable. So,
I think I'm extremely gullible too, where whoever I'm reading, I'm like, oh, like, you know, how they say about Trump, he disagrees with the last person he talks to. I should probably investigate these autobiographies more, but the Bob Odenkirk one is great because it just feels like he's telling you these stories and it like illuminates things in a different way. Like Chris Farley, learning more about him, he was fucked up. He was like a adult boy. He was like a boy in a man's body. He had no emotional regulation whatsoever. Like it was just it's interesting to read, you know?
mm, I have to do that one next.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right, for the soaps, while we're here, I want to start a new segment, which is I'm gonna give you the soapiest over the top storyline at any given point, and you predict where it's gonna go.
Okay, I think I can do this. I think I'm great at predicting stuff. Let's do
So
it.
this one so far, there's not a lot to go on,
Okay.
but it was critiqued at the time for being way too soapy and over the top. Though also keep in mind this is pre Marlena on Days of Our Lives getting possessed by the devil, so there's not a supernatural element to it.
Okay.
All right, managing expectations. So
Yes,
it
yeah, so no passions type
yeah.
scenarios here. Okay.
So Erica is exonerated for Kent's murder. She's free to go, and Kent's assistant gives her this brooch that Kent had left for her. He was going to give it to her for like another occasion, but not knowing he was going to die. But
Yeah.
he he left her a brooch, and it's like a fancy gold thing with a pearl, turquoise, whatever. And so she gets it and she hides it from his father, who's still giving her a hard time. And it's a family heirloom,
Aha.
and it's an antique of some kind. And so now she's got this brooch, this beautiful brooch that's a secret, and
Uh-huh.
there's a mystery with the brooch. Where do you think this is going?
Well, I think the family definitely would protest if they knew that he was trying to give this family brooch away to this convict.
Hmm.
So then what does she do about that? Is that the question? That's what does she do about this brooch, or what is it about the brooch that's important?
What is it about the brooch that's important? Again, not a lot
It
to go on
no
so far.
supernat and no witch stuff. No, ooh, this is a spell that can bring him back to life or anything like that.
No supernatural stuff.
Okay, no supernatural stuff. Then I think it's important because if you open it, it contains the deed to the family mansion.
You're getting kind of close.
No way.
Um, you're ge-
Um,
you're getting close.
should I take one more guess or is it this is let me think one more second.
Yeah, take one more guess,
It
and then in the coming weeks we'll talk about it more with more hints.
hmm, I feel like there's like a code inscribed on it or something to a safe. That's it. That's all I got.
You're getting kind of close. So I think as the weeks go on and
Okay.
more things start to fill in,
All
you'll
right.
get a
Yeah,
little.
keep me yes, I'm gonna get closer on this.
And I figure we
For
can just do this with all the crazy soapy storylines on the show. Just like, where do you think
honestly,
it could possibly go?
this is perfect. It felt like a word problem while I was like, pay attention. My damn ADHD brain. I was like, the details, keep them together. This is gonna honestly strengthen my brain.
Hmm. All right. In the meantime, we'll just talk about Erica, because it's
Mhm.
just her clips here in 1983. Now she's celebrating, tired from modeling, and she's hanging out with Brooke and Tom. Hey, Brooke, I've got a company coming up. Maybe you should cover me. And Brooke's like, hey, write an autobiography instead and have a ghostwriter do it, and then I don't have to do it. So just very politely trying to pawn her off. Here we have Opal, the woman in frame, and Opal is running for city council and she's hitting Erica up for money, and Erica just flatly refuses.
I mean, what does Opal stand for? I need to know if I enjoy the thought of electing Opal, if I to see if I disagree with Erica.
Well, the thing is with Opal, she is running for city council just to spite her ex Langley, who she had a
Yeah.
secret affair with.
Then I
Uh,
say Erica is correct, and she's getting into politics for the wrong reason.
though so is Langley, to be fair, his wife is just making him do it. And so he's like, okay. No one really wants this office.
This world sucks. Where are the ideals? Where are the hopes and dreams? Everybody's depressed.
So Erica was snooping in Palmer's business. This is Palmer with the head wound. And basically he got drunk, went to scare Lars Bogard with a gun, and the gun went off and he shot himself by accident because he was drunk.
Whoops. It'll
And
happen.
and Erica is making this all about herself because he's her business partner. So it's like, what are you thinking? How will I get my money if you're shot? Type thing.
I love that kind of protest, where they have no care for the individual. That is funny.
And that's kind of character, like, and it's very funny because like, hey, so she's talking to Daisy, who's Palmer's ex, who's also dating Lars Bogard. And she's like, Daisy, I get where you're coming from. You have two men in love with you, and that must be so flattering, especially at your age. Like at your age to have this happen. So
Catty.
she's just a real jerk, but she doesn't know she's
Wow.
being a jerk.
She's just
And
completely oblivious.
mhm.
It is like a Lucille Bluth type of thing then, right? Although Lucille Bluth is very malicious in her intent.
And she can be at times, but like right now she's like, you have to choose Lars over Palmer, or Palmer's gonna pull his money out of my business. So you just have to choose him. I don't care about your
She's
feelings.
just very rational. She just is like, what emotions? Who cares? This is what I need for me, so you do that.
But she's also like very over dramatic, kind of. And I think she'll be like that. Is coming into the scene and it's his family brooch
Uh-oh.
hiding. And she like, oh, it's gone. And then she starts
No,
losing her mind. And oh no, where is it?
we've
Where
all
is it?
been there. I've lost my cell phone too many times. I understand this feeling.
And despite a lot of shit she's put Brooke through, Brooke is nice enough to help her look for the brooch and keep Tom from telling Lars about it.
Brooke is sweet. Oh, just put this covert scarf over. He'll never know.
That's what's her plan, honestly. Actual plan.
It did it work? It seemed to work.
It worked until she
Yeah,
realized she
so,
didn't know where the brooch was.
oops.
But she goes and she finds it and she's so glad. And then she's trying to get Brooke to write a book for her again. And Brooke's like, nah, like, thank you. Less of you, please. And so Erica's getting the brooch. Yeah, she's getting it appraised or like trying to get it fixed because the clasp is broken. So she takes it to an antique jeweler who says, there's something very interesting about the brooch.
Ooh. I really wish it was haunted.
I know. I
I wish
think
it like contained a soul or something.
once we get into the later 90s where like Days of Our Lives got wild and you got passions going, we see a little more, but not at this point in time. No one was doing
That's
that. So Erica is hanging out with her sister-in-law, and her sister-in-law's like, yo, your brother's acting really weird. Could you talk to him for me? And Erica's like, sure, sounds good. Side note, her brother is secretly on cocaine, but none of them know that yet because cocaine was a new drug at this point in time. So she goes to and she's talking to him and like, hey, don't trust your friends, whatever. And he's just hiding, being addicted to cocaine. He wrote a jingle for Opal, and
hmm
she says, but you can't because I'm supporting Langley.
What does he do? Is it now a Langley jingle? Is he just gonna pivot or is he gonna choose her over, Opal over her?
Opal because he's like, it's just a paycheck. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. He can't afford to have this sort of a moral high ground.
Mark is a musician, by the way. Should have led with that.
Oh
So that
yes.
this is how he's getting his money is writing these jingles and whatnot.
Mhm. Oh, I would love to hear one. Do you have one? How do they go? Are they good?
I don't think we hear much of them. I think there's
Yeah.
maybe one, but
It's
I
easier
think
to reference someone as a songwriter than it is to like write the actual song.
though back in the 80s there were like a lot of celebrities into uh like soaps because they were the only thing that was on every day. And so we had like Oprah on at one point, Stevie Wonder was on,
Nice.
and so
Nice.
some other like singer of around that time came on at one point and said that Mark wrote one of her songs, but I believe in real life she wrote it herself. But for the sake of the show, they said Mark wrote the song.
Wow. That's got to come from a love of the show.
Hmm.
I doubt they paid enough for that kind of thing.
No, but once you have the money, that's a good way to go about it.
Hmm.
Just be like, oh, he wrote this hit song.
Yeah.
And so Erica, and she's like, I'm supporting Langley for city council. And Palmer's like, if you support Langley, I'm pulling the money out of your business. This is like so much back and forth with this business.
The
He's always trying to pull the money.
business. What about the money? This is that guy.
And so Erica caves, even though she gave Langley her word, she's just dropping him. She's not supporting anyone in the election because it's all about the business, the $1 million business.
Wow. Wow. Isn't that how it is, you know? Capitalism and everything?
Yep. And so comes and pressures Steve, Jacoby, and Nina to come to dinner with her so she can talk. They're like, no, and she's like, but come. Oh, and she says, but come, and so there they are at the dinner.
Awkward.
Hmm.
I don't want to be forced to come to somebody else's dinner.
And what I like, she's giving this huge announcement, and the whole restaurant's like, okay, great. Like
Yeah,
she, she thinks she's like the hugest deal in the world, like, but she's not.
I love it. Her outfit is incredible.
Mhm. Like, okay, some random chick is yeah, see.
It seems like a funny show, legitimately. Like, does it, know how funny it is?
I think that's what we've talked about before, the combination of
Yeah.
comedy and um like drama and the different kinds of
Yes.
storylines they always have going. This time I
Hmm.
am gonna share sound and we'll see. Because we got drunk Phoebe now who's mad that she's not supporting Langley and
Ooh. I love a good drunk performance.
Erica, how could you? How could you sell your soul to the highest bidder? What? How could you be so totally lacking in honor and principle?
Phoebe, that's enough. Now, please.
Oh, of course you would condone a double dealing. You were the first one to desert the ship, like brother.
Phoebe, I have been very happy
You
every day
have
since I divorced
compromised
you
us
and married
by
Mona.
marrying into this debilitating family. I don't believe you're happy enough for a minute. And you need a cousin. Your viper of a father would sink to any level just to humiliate me. Well, let me warn you. Let me warn all of you. You've not seen the last of the Wallingfords, not by a long shot. No.
Bravo! Bravo to that actress. I love that.
and fun fact,
Incredible.
that actress was in Citizen Kane.
Nice. Who was she in Citizen Kane?
I forget, but it's brought up all
Okay.
the time about
She was
just
in Citizen
over
Kane.
the top, just way on it.
Fantastic.
But
I couldn't ask for more on that, to be honest. That was a beautiful, beautiful scene.
wasn't it fun?
I loved it.
All right, so next we have Erica is headhunting for the business. So
The
she,
business.
so they're opening a cosmetics company, and it doesn't make a ton of sense. but
Oh God.
but
I want to hear
she's
their action plan.
she's retired from modeling, and it's a thing. Apparently owns the rights to her name, and they're like, well, instead of using the name Erica, why don't you use the name Erica Kane? And I'm like, he doesn't have the rights to her whole name? Like,
Yeah,
okay.
they fucked up that paperwork.
So she's going to her previous company owned by
Oh,
Lars.
look at that.
She's going to Harris and she's like, hey, come work for me. And Harris says no. So then
She's
Lars
just
comes,
getting no's all over the place. Nobody likes this woman.
but she doesn't really think she's universally beloved.
She just like doesn't let it get her down.
Yeah, she's quite the narcissist. But so Lars comes in and he sees Harris, and Harris is like, I told her no, I don't want to work for her. And Lars is like, I'm so offended you even talked to her at all that you're fired.
Wow.
Yeah, a vast
That's pretty extreme.
overreaction.
Honestly, he doesn't want to work under that guy anyway. He was going to fire him for something. It was going to be either, oh, you didn't make my coffee right, or, you can't deal with guys that are that volatile.
And he's Kent's father of same said bro, the volatile guy, I mean. He is of the brooch. And so Harris is
Brooch. What is it with the brooch? Is the brooch the keys to the business?
We'll have to see. Harris reluctantly agrees to work with Erica. And that's where we leave things this week.
Wow. What year are we in now?
83.
83? Okay. Well, I'm riveted.
All right. I'm
I
glad.
need to know, like, I do need to know what this brooch is all about, because I feel like it's gonna occur to me in between recording sessions, and next time I'm gonna knock it out of the park. And be like, this is exactly what it is.
I feel good about it. So there's angry Lars.
Mm-hmm.
There's the brooch.
Mm-hmm.
The family heirloom antique.
Mm-hmm.
Let that cook in your head for a
Yeah,
while.
rotate those three icons in my brain. See what
Mhm.
stirs up. And we'll see.
We got a few more months up until the brooch story is revealed. We're right now in, I want to say June, and it gets resolved in, I want to say November.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
I mean, there's not that many episodes between then and now, but we'll have a couple more episodes where I think you can guess a little bit more.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I think that'll do it for the week, right?
That'll do it for the week.
That'll do it. Okay, sorry, I gotta get ready, do a bunch of stuff. But yeah.
All right,
See
everyone.
y'all next time.
Well,
Well,
bye. Thank you for listening. Our theme song is Wouldn't It Be Nice by Sound Mirage featuring Lady Rand. Please rate and review, download, subscribe, all the things. And you can email us at amcrewatch@gmail.com. Thanks. Talk to you next week.